4-minute speeches.
I'm going to put my head in the way.
4-minute speeches. They're pressed for time, always on Thursday. Do we have someone here on time?
Hey.
Mark will be your timer, so after 1 minute you will hear, after 4 minutes, or after 3 minutes you will hear, and then after 4 minutes your speech will be concluded. If you listen so fast, you will hear that, and you must sit down. Okay, let's call it out to order and call upon the Honorable Prime Minister. Tim, would you please bring that camera with you to the tournament so we may use it for...
The newspaper says they need pictures.
Honorable Prime Minister will bring it to the Speech and Debate Tournament this weekend, and I thank you for having us today. I'm going to talk to you today about how President Obama's stimulus plan is working. His recovery effort is actually working pretty strongly. We're going to share with you today about how this is sound economic policy, and secondly about how the recovery has started, and later my partner is going to get into a little bit more. First of all, I want to talk about sound economic policy. Let's look at historically. This policy has worked. When you look at the Great Depression, the very, very big Great Depression when we had unemployment in the high 20%, what did the government do? Well, they invested in the people. They invested in infrastructure, and that is what we are doing today with this economic policy. We are spending through infrastructure, through getting people jobs, schools, in government, and keeping people on the payrolls so they're not out in the streets. They're collecting unemployment, and they're able to feed their families. This is called Keynesian economics. It's very proven history. John Maynard Keynes is actually the inventor of this policy, and the idea is economic spending by the government. So we do have sound economic policy with the great. Go ahead.
Yes, you mentioned how this policy helped us get out of World War II, but wasn't all the tanks we were building for Great Britain what got us out of World War II, not the New Deal that you're supposedly claiming?
I didn't say anything about World War II, actually. I said getting us out of the Great Depression. Which was an economic collapse, much like what we recently had. So if you want to talk about World War II, you can bring that up in your speech. So when we talk about Keynesian economics, as I brought up, this has never failed. Government spending is the first step to recovery, and that is proven, as we've shared in many examples. This is not tax cuts for the rich, like we've done before under previous administrations. This is actually spending, getting people back to work, not giving cash to the rich. So, and a third point on this topic is governments all around the world are doing this. As we look in Germany, in Japan, there's many countries around the world that are putting some people back to work, investing in the infrastructure as well. Secondly, I want to bring up how the recovery has started, and we'll give you a little information about that. Unemployment has peaked. Unemployment has peaked. That is partly due to this recovery package as well, and the stimulus. Unemployment claims used to be about 800,000 per month. Currently, they're about 200,000. So, and I'll take that.
Yes, you said unemployment's peaked, and yet there's 200,000 Americans going in to fill out unemployment every month. That doesn't mean it's peaked. That means that more and more people are getting laid off.
No, that would be incorrect, because as I said a while ago, 800,000 people were being laid off per month. Now it is only 200,000. So the unemployment rate has peaked, and unemployment, people that are unemployed are being laid off fewer than they have before. So we don't have full employment right now. People are still losing their jobs, but apparently he doesn't understand economics, because as people are laid off, also people are hired. But unfortunately, there's still 200,000 people that aren't at their optimal employment level. Also, Dow Jones has hit 10,000, which is an indicator of consumer and business climate. That's obviously investing in businesses, and businesses are investing, and we also believe a lot of that is because of our stimulus. So thank you for listening to these points, and I hope you side with us today.
It's Keynesian, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Keynesian. What did he say?